into today's episode, which will be talking about the latest with Brandi Glanville, what's going on with her. She says she's vindicated, but I actually have a different take. And also Kyle Richards, was she in a different lesbian relationship affair other than Morgan Wade? What's going on there? And of course, Lala Kent versus Ariana. It is the cat fight heard around the world. I also have some more stories for us to dive into. We could talk about Summer House, Lisa Vanderpump weighing in on all the Pump Rules drama that's going on. And also Faith Stowers is also suing Bravo and NBC. They can just add that to their lawsuit tally. She's talking racial discrimination, harassment, and physical assault as well. So we are going to get into it and cover all of it. But before we do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's dive right on in. So first up, let's talk about Lala versus Ariana. So for those of you who may not know, really the two, not like, I don't want to say enemies, but the two people kind of going at it is Ariana Madix and Lala Kent. Lala is pretty just fed up with everybody kissing Ariana's butt. She thinks that other cast members are tired of her ego as well, but they're scared to speak out because they're worried about backlash, which is true because, Lala is speaking out, saying what her opinion is, what her experience is. And the moment she says anything that's not roses and up Ariana's butt, everybody is coming for her neck and they're saying she's jealous, this, that, and the third. When I don't see Lala as being jealous, I see her as calling out hypocrisy and double standards. And just being like, this chick never rode for me. Why do I have to ride for her simply because she has now this sort of like halo effect from what happened, right? So we'll get into that. So let's dive into this article from Reality Blurb. It says, Lala Kent says Vanderpump Rules fans are rewriting history and denies Ariana's claim about Tom. Plus, she says the fourth wall is broken at the season finale. The Bravo star also claims she looks at the cast very differently after the reunion and the fourth wall was broken. She says she loses her mind. In the latest episode, Tom's ex, Ariana Madix, shaded him for running after the delivery person to see if they had any ranch. Some fans and castmates agree that Tom is doing too much, now pretending to be the good guy, as if his past behavior never reflected this. The only people that are rewriting history right now are fans, said Lala on her Give Them Lala podcast. She also hinted that her view of the cast has changed. I have a feeling about my cast too. After the reunion, I look at them very differently, she teased, but this is who Tom's always been. He's always been the guy paying for people's engagement party. He's always been the guy to chase down the man for the ranch. Now, I listened to this podcast episode. It's the episode with her and Heather McDonald. I really like Heather McDonald, but in this episode, I found her to be insufferable because she kept comparing what happened with her and Jeff Lewis with what's going on with Ariana and Scandoval and Lala. And I was like, this is kind of apples to oranges. I don't understand how Heather McDonald's beefing with her ex-BFF, Jeff Lewis, how that situation she keeps comparing to Ariana and Lala and Tom Sandoval. Because Lala's whole point is this. Look, when Tom was yelling at me and disrespecting me and all these other women like Katie, like Stassi, like Kristen, like even Lisa, he's been very disrespectful to Lisa Vanderpump. She's like, when Tom has been disrespectful to all of these women, Ariana had nothing to say. Ariana was ride or die. She didn't defend any of us. She never checked Tom. In fact, Ariana participated, even with stuff with Sheena. So Lala's point is, why are you acting like all of a sudden, now it's because it's against you. Now we all have to like bow down to you and Tom is this horrible person. Because in my opinion, Lala's right. Tom is being Tom. He has always been this person, So let's see. He's doing the same crap he's always done. It's just now he's effed you over, so it's annoying to you, she expressed. Lala also teased the season finale. The finale is where the fourth wall is broken and I lose my mind, said Lala. And I think there's going to be a shift with my cast. I actually know there is because I've already lived it. And there's going to be a huge shift, I think, with the audience. And I will be staying off of socials and telling my team I don't want to know. Excuse me. because I will lose my mind. Now, this is the thing. When she says a shift, do we think she means a shift in her favor against Ariana? Like the fans are going to have a shift in Lala's favor? Or does she mean there's going to be an even greater shift towards Ariana? It's not really clear what she means by shift, and that she looks at her cast differently, and that she loses her mind and all of that stuff. So I'm confused at what she means by that. I would like a little bit more clarity, but I guess we have to wait to see the season finale to see what exactly happens and to see what happens when the fourth wall is broken. But from my perspective, I tend to agree with Lala on this. Ariana has been very dismissive and rude and nasty to all of the women on the cast. But then when it's her time that this happens to her, she expects a sort of blind loyalty to her that she never gave them. And I think it would be different if Ariana actually owned it and said, you know what, in the past, I was really nasty to you. I was really mean to you. I was complicit in Tom disrespecting you. And for that, I take accountability. Can we move forward? That, I think, would be very different. But that's really not Ariana's stance. Her stance is, if you're not blindly loyal to me, then F you, you're dead to me, you're not on my team. And then all the people who are drinking the Ariana Kool-Aid, and I have no issue with Ariana, I'm just calling it like I see it. All of these people who are drinking the Ariana Kool-Aid then attack anybody who says anything against Ariana. And that's not cool either, So it's kind of where I land on it with that. Let's see if she said anything else. I actually have a clip, so let's watch the clip.
It's so interesting to me because the only people that are trying to rewrite history are the fans.
Yeah.
Literally. The only people that are rewriting history right now are fans.
What do you mean by that?
The cast is who said that. But the cast said he's doing too much now.
Well, by the way, I have a feeling about my cast too. I feel like after the reunion, I look at them very differently. I very much do. But I can't talk about that yet.
Right. Mm-hmm. Can't talk about that.
But this is who he's always been. He's always been the guy paying for people's engagement parties. He's been the guy to chase down the man for the ranch. He's doing the same shit he's always done. It's just now he's fucked you over, so it's annoying to you.
Right.
The finale is where fourth wall is broken and I lose my goddamn mind. And I think there's going to be a shift with my cast. I actually know there is because I've already lived it. And there's going to be a huge shift, I think, with the audience. And I will be staying off of socials and telling my team I don't want to know shit because I lose my goddamn mind. It's going to be really hard for me, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Going forward and talking about these episodes.
Okay.
Because when I left that reunion, I truly look at everyone differently.
Really?
Yeah.
More than last season? Because last season you seemed to look at some people differently for sure.
This is a different type of thing.
Okay.
This is like, ew.
So then no comment?
I think we should move on.
Okay.
Okay. What I think is really going on with this is I think that a lot of the cast, like Katie and Sheena, and who else is even on the cast? I don't know. Anybody else? James. This is just my opinion, obviously my opinion. I think that they all probably agree with Lala. And I think that behind the scenes, they are kind of tired of Ariana's ego and all of that stuff, but they are afraid to say that publicly because they don't want fan backlash. They don't want it to affect their business or whatever else they got going on. Because now we have all these people being like the downfall of Lala Kent. Why is it the downfall of Lala Kent? Simply because she's not kissing Ariana's butt. Like it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. And also I think Lala's point is we have a show to do. And Ariana refusing to film with Tom and making everything super difficult. I get it. Ariana's allowed to have her feelings. She's allowed to be upset. But at the end of the day, it's still a job and it's still an ensemble cast. So if this is the end of Vanderpump Rules, or if the show isn't doing well, Lala's basically like, this is my cash cow. This is how I make my money. This is how I get my platform. And you're messing it up for all of us. And it's great that you now have Dancing with the Stars and your books and your Love Island hosting and you're doing all this other stuff. That's great for you. But if this show gets canceled because you don't want to talk to Tom and do your job as a ensemble cast member, that's going to mess up my bag. I think that's also what Lala is talking about as well. You know? So that's kind of where I land on that. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. You know, what do you think about Lala speaking her mind about Ariana? What do you think about Ariana just sort of, I don't know, thinking that everybody owes her something? And if you're not riding with Ariana, then you're jealous. Then you are, you know, a man pleaser, all of that stuff. If you don't just bow down to her, basically. So put it down below and let me know what you guys think. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's move on to our next story. Dun, 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 dun.